The World Bank has maintained its growth forecasts for the Philippines despite downgrading global growth projection in its latest report. In its global economic prospects published in Washington this morning, Manila time, the World Bank kept growth projection for the Philippines at 6.4% this year and at 6.2% for 2017 and 2018. According to the World Bank, slower global growth is projected due to the struggle of commodity, exporting market, and developing economies to adapt to lower prices of oil and other key commodities. World Bank data also showed that Philippine growth projection this year is stable compared to its neighboring ASEAN countries such as Indonesia, Malaysia, and Vietnam. More details from George Bandola.
The World Bank is downgrading its 2016 global growth forecast to 2.4% from the 2.9% projected last January. The downgrade is due to sluggish growth in major economies coupled with low commodity prices, weak global trade, and slowing capital flows. According to the latest update of its Global Economic Prospects report, exporting economies as well as the developing economies have struggled to adapt to lower prices for oil and other key commodities. Growth in these countries are projected to grow at a meager 0.4% this year, lower than 1.2 percentage points from their January outlook. While commodity-producing markets and developing economies have been more resilient than exporters, the benefits of lower prices for energy and other commodities have been slow to materialize. These economies are forecast to expand at a 5.8% rate in 2016, a little lower than the 5.9%. Among emerging market economies, China is forecast to grow at 6.7% in 2016 after 6.9% last year. India's robust economic expansion is expected to hold steady at 7.6%, while Brazil and Russia are projected to remain in deeper recessions than forecast in January. South Africa is forecast to grow at 0.6% rate in 2016. The report finds a significant increase in private sector credit, fueled by an era of low interest rates and more recently rising financing needs, raise potential risks for several emerging market and developing economies. In an environment of sluggish growth, the global economy faces pronounced risks, including a further slowdown in major emerging markets, sharp changes in financial market sentiment, stagnation in advanced economies, a longer than expected period of low commodity prices, geopolitical risk in different parts of the world, and concerns about the effectiveness of monetary policy in spurring stronger growth. The report introduces a tool to quantify risks to the global outlook and finds that they are now more tilted to the downside than in January. For the People's Television, George Bandola.